So we cannot wait further. We need to quickly finish up. Placement activities are also now going to start up. Please knock your centers, ask about the placement activities, what is going on and all. Now navigating, what is navigation? Navigation means jumping between multiple pages. That we normally do in navigation between web pages. It's called routing. That I do normally in HTML by anchor tag. You already know that anchor tag. Using that anchor tag, I can transfer from my control from one page to some other page. So it is the transfer of view, or you can say that transfer of view from one web page to another. So this is what we are going to do. Now the problem is, in case of normal HTML, transfer of view is very easily we can do, because you know where we are using like anchor tag, a then href equal to with some link there, something, and then I write here, click here. So then I close the anchor tag. This is normally we write in case of normal HTML. But the drawback in this case is what? Now you are jumping to another page. Suppose I am writing a link of ibm.com. So you are jumping to IBM page, which is a different web page. But guys, in case of Angular, we are in the same page. It is a single page application. Na? So you simply cannot create 5-7 pages, and that will become like a old application. So you need to display multiple pages in the same, window on the same page. So the way of Angular routing is a bit, different rather than writing normal anchoring. So let us try to do that using some small, easy way of thing. Then we can go for something else. Okay, so what is the folder we created last day? Angular total. Yeah. So let's go to the same folder. So please make them allow in the class. Okay. So now what we'll do today, I'm going to create the Angular application, and the name of the Angular application I'm going to give here CG new routing demo. Okay. So let's create a routing application. So let us see how we can create a routing application from one page to another page. So whenever you are going to create a Angular application, this is the area where you must put here Y, because you are going to allow the routing. You cannot disallow that. So I want a routing to take place, so I press here Y. Then CSS is normal for us, so take it. Then guys, we normally this thing already we know that, nothing new. Now, when you press yes here, there is a special file created that I already told you. That is, the file name is what? app.module.ts file. Will find that routing module. Mainly the routing of Angular is controlled and managed by a particular component in Angular, which is the default internally default component. The name of the component is app routing module. The name of the component is app routing module, app routing module, all in one. And if you simply go to that, you will be able to see. Now let me let me show you rather. So code dot. Let us now clear the screen first. It looks very bad to me. So now let us go to now where I'm going to do. I'm going to open up the code. So I've opened up the code dot, and the page is now I'm going to see. Now let us now quickly change the view of today. So I'll go to preference, color theme I want to use, and then I want to change some other color theme. I want to pick up today, I think red. Yes. So in SRC, we are now app is already there, but this is all normally open. But in app, guys, please see, this is your app routing TS. And this is mainly that particular component which is responsible for our routing. So guys, please see here that this is mainly the component which is actually enabling the routing. So if you press yes and Y in that time, so in app.module.ts file, app routing module is now loaded in the import section as well as it is present in the library. That means now we are absolutely ready. Now with that, let us create a new component. Suppose I want to do routing. So if you want to do a routing from one to one, you need to, first of all, you must have a dashboard. Dashboard is what? Is a kind of a controller where from I can pick up, suppose I want to go to product page, I want to go to the component page, I want to go to the registration page, I want to go to the login page. So like this way I can travel in across multiple pages. So if I want to do that, guys, the best way to do that, I create a home first. So I create a component, generate C for component, and let us give a component name home. So I'm creating a home component. You already know I did this yesterday. So ng generate component home. Very quickly home is ready. Then I'll create another component, products, because I have to switch from one to another. So I don't want any analytics. So no. I want to create another guy, that is products. You can create any number of component in Angular, not an issue. So let us create both. Fine. So guys, we have created both the component. We can now verify that really are they present. You can close everything in the window and you can find the green color. Green money, it is user created, as I told you yesterday. Last day the color was not very accurate. Now we are able to see this is my home. You can see all green color. And this is my products, all green color. But remaining all are white because they are created by default. And these are created by myself. So that's why they are green. User, you can see the term U. Human user. User has created all of them. Okay. And whenever any component is created, this is the default text. Again, you go to product HTML, this is the default text. So you can see, guys, now we are all having the default text are there. So what I can do, I can change the default text to H1. Then I can write I am products page. And then I want to go to the home, and in this is what I've written. I've written inside my products now. So let me copy this guy, and after saving, I jump to here. Sorry, I've written this one in home. So I need to write it. I am home page. And here I need to, I need to copy the content and then save it. Then go to products. I need to write here, I am products page, because specific terms you need to write. But actually you understand. Products. Whatever, you can show multiple things. They are not a problem. Now, these are two different components. One is product and one is home. And the default one is APP already you can see. So APP is the default, and these are the two different components we are having. Now the question is, after creating the component, obviously I want to display the things and what I want that I can do. But now the main concentration of routing, how do you configure the routing? Now guys, to configure the routing, it is not so easy. You have to go to app routing module. This is the file is created, app routing module.ts. This file will not be created unless and until you press Y in that creation time. And here you see, guys, we are having a variable routes. The name of the variable is routes, and the data type is also routes, but this is a class name, R capital. So it's a blank array. Why it's a blank array? Because Angular does not know how many components you want to jump. Suppose you want to jump to 5 component, 10 component. Like it's something like it's command line argument in Java. In public static void main, unit string args is there. And in the string args, we don't have the length of the array, because I do not know how many command line argument the customer will give. So here also, how many component you want, that is known by you only. Angular cannot, predict that. So that is why for user, now we as a user, or me as a user, I have to add them that what are the component that I want to jump. That means I need to fill the data here, like this. Now, how I'll be filling? simply syntax is one. This guy is the first one. Agar hum do kare, if I want to create multiple, then like this way it will travel. You can create 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. But we are having two. One is home and one is product. So guys, we have created the first one as your. Let us now write the detail of this one. So how do you start? Path. Then colon. Then in double quote, I have to give the name of the component, that is home. And this is the path home I am writing. Then what is the component? I have to write here component colon. Then what is the name of the component? We already have the component ready. We can just start typing home component. You can see already home component is registered because I've created the component previously. So if I give a path home, so you can give it anything, like it should not be, may not be home also. You can write my home. No problem. So if you write my home, it will go to that component. Okay. So it is totally user defined. It's not that you have to write home because the component name is home. No, component name is actually home component. Exactly here also come. So in the path, so this will be products, obviously. So guys, I'll be writing here something products. Now, what is the component name? Obviously, you have to change this one and make it products component. Fine. So guys, this way, the first step number one is you have to you create all the components, whatever you want to display. Then first is you have to register them, all the component in your app-routing.modules.ts file. So this is the main file where all the modules, all the components will be registered with a corresponding path. Now, come down here. Now here you see here, at the end of the file, we have to add these particular routes, whatever that routes variable, whatever I have created. These are just a declaration. It's a constant only, nothing else. Angular still doesn't know that it has to register here. So how I'll be going to register this guy? So what I will do now, to make this register, I'll come to the export class is already there, and the very last, let us come to the very last, and then let us declare one constant, and I'll expose it to the outer world. So export command is there. Then declare the variable as constant because all the components are fixed now, and the component I'll be a routing component. So I'm just creating a constant routing component. Then here I'll again write the two component name. One is home component, comma, another one is product component. Guys, I have created both the things there. So this is where I have to add up the two components here, and both the components are added in the variable routing component. And also you can see in the for root method, this routes variable, whatever I have created, is put here. So if you make this variable x, you have to make this guy also x. So it's not like that you have to write it routes only. It's a variable. So whatever variable you write here, you have to pass it in the for root so that it can be understood. But for better coding clarity, we should maintain routes. So these are all auto-generated. And I am adding, now this is my variable, fully my variable, and I have given the variable name routing component. So save it. So now my main component name is what? Routing component, because it is having both the component inside that. So now I have to register this routing component in my app-module.ts file. Here my old app-module.ts file is already there, but we do not find that particular home is there, products component is there, but also give a comma, then you have to add that routing that I created just now, routing component. Immediately in the top, you can see that it has been imported. So we have to add it there also. So you can see immediately it's been added. It is coming from which file? The module file. So these are the two configurations that we must do. This will actually create the linking connectivity. Now question is what to display. The display part is totally taken care of by our HTML. Now let us, where from I start? I'll start from app component now, because from app component, all other component will be navigated. So let's go to the app component.html. It is written like this. So what I'll do, delete all. Then let us start our H1. Suppose I write welcome students. Simple. Now I'll add a navigation control. That is, it is known as a nav bar. Nav bar means is basically the complete navigation window will be created here so that I can jump. So this is the nav tag. In the nav tag, I have to create a anchor. Now it is not a HTML anchor. Angular anchor is a bit different. Then router link you have to write. And what I'll write a link. Now what is the link? The link will be exactly same as what you have written in your path variable. You can remember what you have written here. You have written path. So guys, now we need to write the same in here. Come back here, and here this home will come. If you write there my home, it will be my home. Then this is the link, and then write the text where user will click. So you can write here something like click for home. Click for home component. Make it your own choice. It's up to you. So you can write something like click for home component. Then what I'll do, I'll give a gap. How to give a gap in Angular? NBSP. It is again HTML command, nothing Angular. So NBSP, space gap. Then also guys, I have to put the second guy because I have two components. We already know this is products, I think, but better I check what I've written because I've forgotten. What I've written that one in our here. Yes. So I've written products. So just copy this guy and come back to your app component.html and push it here like this. Then close your nav. So guys, I've written the nav, and then the last and most important, where the component will be displayed, because it is a single page. If I click on this link, click for home component, where that component will be displayed? It should be displayed in the same page because it is single page application. It's not that you will click and some new page will open. No. So that is why I want to display them here. So let's write a message for that. All components will be shown below. So I need to show and display them below. So I just create some decoration. Then how do you display them? To display them, the main tag is router outlet. That's all. So what it will do, if you click on this one, in place of router outlet, it will load a home component. If you click on this one, in place of that, it will load this component. And all the output will be displayed. The area where I have written your router outlet tag. Now let us apply some CSS. It should look good. Okay, so let's go to CSS. What CSS I'll write? I'll write anchor tag link. Then I'll write anchor to colon visited. Suppose you visited tag link already, so a colon visited. Then what I'll write? I'll write the style for here. Suppose background color. What I want to give the color, you can pick up the color. I want to just show you that you can create some custom color by giving hexadecimal number. E0, suppose 7006. Anything we can give. So this is the color will appear. Then this background color, and normally the component color will be, I want to display white. Then I'll come to padding. In the padding, I'll pick up 10 and 25. 10 px, comma 25 px pixel. Then I want to show all through in the center. How to make it? So this is center. Then I want to decoration. I want to cancel any text decoration. So text decoration, I want to give none. The plain text will come. Then the most important and very beautiful looks like, that is, I want to show some inline blockwise it will show. How do you make it? Display. Display, I'll write inline block. So this completes my style of this anchor and this one. Then I want to create, the buttons will be there, so I'll be creating a colon hover. So the hover button will come, comma, and which button is active? This will be a colon active. And what's the color of that background will be? There is a navigation control color, background color I want to pick up. Suppose, let us give some hexadecimal, 248B, 248B, some 04. Some kind of green will appear. Guys, we have created till now the component I have created. Now let us go to our individual home. This is our home already. We have seen I am home page. In the individual products also I have written I am products page. So no problem. Now let us, I think there is no error yet. If the error will come again, we will check it out. Let us start it. Serve minus O. Let us see what we are going to get. Something like that. So anchor tag will create some hover button now. So it will build the application. Okay. Coming, it's working, but hover button is not working. So I have done something wrong. Okay. So we need to cross check. It's working now. You can see now home page is coming, product page. This is the different components are coming, but the hover button is not actually acting or showing it as a hover button. So we have done something, critical. Let us clarify. Chalo, let us go to all comes from shit. See guys, what I have wrongly done. I have written the CSS, I think in some other file. I should have written in app component.css. I have written that one, I think in some other, yeah, shit. I have written the CSS in home component, isn't it? So cut it. There will be no CSS for home. The CSS should be applicable for app component. Save it quickly. Now let's go back to your page. Yeah. Refresh, or you do not need any refresh. You see here. This is this. This is your product. This is your home. Okay, guys. You can see the link is getting changed in the top. This is products. Even if you write it here, it will also work. Do not need to click the link. Okay, so if you simply copy the link, let us try to execute it in a different browser. So yes, it is home. I think that text is, this is wrong somewhere. I both dono hi ho gaya home, copy paste kiya tha. So I have not changed that one. I need to again come here. I made both the things as home. It should be products. Now let me again see now. This is products. Fine. This is now home. Yeah. Now it is working. Is it okay, guys? Have you understood how to do the routing?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Fine. Let's check out the score. हो गया इंडिया कहानी खत्म. इंग्लैंड ने 29 रन्स इन 41 बॉल्स. अरे एक विकेट भी नहीं गिरा. लो सी यार, इट्स अ सिचुएशन. वॉश आउट कर दिया पूरा.
लगता है इंग्लैंड वर्ल्ड कप जीतेगा.
नहीं यार, मेरे को लगता है पाकिस्तान जीतेगा. इंग्लैंड जो खेलना है खेल लिया आज. फाइनल तो पाकिस्तान जीतेगा. I don't think England will be able to crack that bowling of Pakistan. Pakistan bowling is dangerous. Even the batsmen are also coming in proper form. I don't know in India why people have retained Rishabh Pant sitting. I don't know why they have put, Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul as a opening pair. Both of them are bogus. This coach Rahul Dravid is also, I don't think they are actually applicable for this type of context. We need more dynamic person. They are sleeping entities, Rahul Dravid and all. So Ravi Shastri was a better coach than Rahul Dravid at any point of time. There is no aggression, I don't think, other than Virat Kohli and that some sort of Surya Kumar. Once Surya Kumar starts playing and people have started, picking even like a Garfield Soberts has come up, Vivian Richards has come down. So we always start praising people too early. And India is choking in all these important tournaments. ICC tournaments, after Dhoni gone out, India is not getting any success in international cricket. Local three country tournament, उसमें क्या है? Anybody can beat Bangladesh and anybody can beat Zimbabwe. And Surya Kumar Yadav is playing like anything, is fine, but it has to play against Pakistan, you have to play against England, then Australia. And also world cricket standard is also very low. England is very good now, but there will be a good fight of England batsmen and India bowlers. Pakistan bowlers. Okay, so guys, this is all about your concept of this one, what I just told you. And now we want to implement some concept of angular service, and this is the area which you must know. You may be knowing angular form and all, how to create them from internet. There are a lot of tutorials you'll be able to actually use and implement. But unless and until you understand service, you won't be able to at all connect Spring Boot with Angular. So if you want to, your actually intention is connectivity between Spring Boot and this, okay, that is the main area of concern that you must know. And to do that, guys, you must know the service. The service is basically the backbone in case of Angular application, or even in Spring Boot also we know, guys, that the service is the most important. So what is actually Angular service, isn't it? So suppose an Angular application has got multiple components. Suppose there are multiple components in an Angular application. Suppose right now we have created so many number of components. We have created home, we have created products, then we have created the thing in that. But suppose or assume that we are multiple components are suppose using the same logic. Suppose multiple, there is a product list and there is also a product list to be displayed in another component. Suppose the admin wants to see the products, also the user also wants to see the same products. Because products is something which may be shared to all of them. But if you try to do that, you are writing repetitive logic. So display logic of products will be, going for the admin people, also for the normal user area component. So you are doing redundancy. That means multiple things are repeated. So that is why the need of service, because it gives you a common logic. Common logic means that is going to be shared. That is going to be shared in between multiple components. You can imagine the same concept from Java. In Java, we are having static variable. Static variable, when we create, every object actually share the static variable. Suppose I have a class student. Suppose there are 5 students. Suppose 5 students belong to different college, different name, everything different. But 5 students connected to the same university. Even if they are from different college, all colleges are coming from, suppose, Macaut University of West Bengal. So even if they are coming from multiple different colleges, they will get the degree from the same university. Like suppose multiple employees in TCS, but some employees working in Android department, some employees working in HR department, some employee is working in development department. But what is the common thing? The company name. Now when they are writing the company name, all of them have to write TCS. So they are repeating the string TCS everywhere. So instead of creating a company name variable as an instance variable, if I can create it as a static variable, then it will have only one copy. And even if I can make it final, that means constant, so everybody can share it. So every object will get by default TCS, even if they are coming from different department of TCS. So in Angular also like that. When you are consuming the REST API from Spring Boot, the REST API is coming from different, for GET request, for POST request, but the main API, that is your localhost : port number and the root API, is always the fixed. So why should you repeat it for every component? So we can make it as a service, and what we can do, we can inject the service in our application so that actually we are going to use it. So guys, how we are going to apply the concept of the same service? Let us see. So what I will do now, in the same project we can do, or better we can create another project. Okay, so let us close this. So first I will create a simple service demo. Then I will show you how to apply the concept of service in some other layer also, okay, or in a different way. So this is very, very important. So Angular routing is over. And also you can connect using that service concept to different, URL in real life, like some IoT devices and all. Everywhere, every service you can actually connect there. Service and providers you can actually connect there and get the data from there. Okay. So there are a lot of different examples are there. Interesting example. How do you do the injection, and also we can actually work. But obviously we'll do that. But before that, let us simply use a zero level concept to use some service. So what I'll do, let us close this. We are not going to do any routing now. We have learned routing. So we are now going to go our command prompt, close it out, fine. Then come out here. So it's a lost match. So let us close it, forget India. See you after 4 years. NSDC, key points. Okay, WhatsApp ये पता नहीं क्या offload हो जाता अपने आप. Okay, fine. So now we are going to learn about Angular services. Okay. So what is Angular service and how we are going to okay. So how I am going to use the concept of service? Let us now create a simple, again, another project. So I'll create ng new service demo. Service DEM. Let's create this first. And yes, tomorrow is very important. Tomorrow is what? I think tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow we will connect with Angular with Spring Boot. Fine. We'll take a simple Spring Boot application, very easy type. Then we'll use the concept of component and service, and they'll connect it. And then you can apply the same concept in the projects. A lot of tutorials are there in the net. You can use them. Yes.
স্যার বলছি যে মানে অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমাকে কাল থেকে জয়েনিং দিয়েছে, তো আমি কালকে ক্লাসটা মানে কেমন করে কি করব?
ওখানে গিয়ে করবে, মেশিনে বসে বলবো অমিতাভ স্যারের ক্লাস আছে, মেশিন দিন।
ওকে স্যার, ওকে স্যার, ওকে।
বলবে অমিতাভ স্যারের ক্লাস আছে, অ্যাঙ্গুলার না করতে পারলে খুন করে দেবে।
ঠিক আছে,
ঠিক আছে, ওকে ফাইন। কে ওখানে কাকে কার সাথে দেখা করতে বলেছে? নাম বলেছে কোনো? কোন
হ্যাঁ ওই
সেন্টারে?
নীলাঞ্জনা। হ্যাঁ স্যার,
কাকে কোন সেন্টারে যেতে বলেছে?
বারুইপুর সেন্টারে
বারুইপুর?
নীলাঞ্জনা দে বলে আছে
নীলাঞ্জনা?
আমার সাথে। হ্যাঁ।
ওকে, ফোন নম্বর নিয়েছিস?
দিয়ে দিয়েছে ফোন নম্বর।
আমাকে হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ কর,
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে স্যার, করে দিচ্ছি।
এখনই কর।
হ্যাঁ করে দিচ্ছি।
কর, আমি ফোন করে বলে দিচ্ছি। কাল কটার সময় যেতে বলেছে?
কালকে স্যার তো বললো যে 9:30 থেকে 10টার মধ্যে ওখানে ঢুকতে
ঠিক আছে,
অফিসে।
হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ কর আমায়।
হ্যাঁ স্যার করবো।
So let us go to that service demo, then open the code. তুই তো নীলাঞ্জন, আর জয়েন করবি কার কাছে? নীলাঞ্জনা।
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
আবার তোর ডিনের নাম নীলাঞ্জন, এ তো মহা কনফিউশন। নীলাঞ্জন, নীলাঞ্জনা, নীলাঞ্জন 2:1। এই যে নীলাঞ্জনা দে, খুব সাবধান কিন্তু, ঠিক আছে?
হ্যাঁ
আচ্ছা দেখি কথা বলে, ফোন টোন ধরে নাকি। রিং তো হচ্ছে। খেলা ফেলা দেখছে বোধ হয়।
যে ব্যক্তিকে আপনি
ফোন টোন ধরে না, সব মহান লোকজন। নীলাঞ্জনা, নীলাঞ্জনা দে, অনুদীপ, নীলাঞ্জনা দে। সে নচিকেতার গানটা মনে আছে তো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
তাহলেই হবে। হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ করেছি, দেখি ওটা রিং ব্যাক করে নাকি। Okay, so what we have done, I've done HTML. I've cleared all the content of HTML. This is TS, this is the title is already written, everything is done. Now guys, what we'll do, we'll create, this is a default component we already know, but if I want to create service, then we must know that how you distribute the thing in the service. So before creating service, you must have some component. Suppose I have two component, page 1 and page 2. How do you create component? Ng generate component page 1. Let's create quickly, very quickly, okay? Just I'll make sure how to work with this service. So this creates your page 1 and then I'll quickly create page 2. So no, then page 2. Fine. It asks only one time. See, for the both component not asking. So guys, we have created 2 page. Fine, not a problem. Then quickly go there and this is a page 1, this is page 2. Suppose if there is no concept of any service, suppose there is no concept of any service. So if I want to do some logic in case of page 1 component, I should have written the function here only. First one, suppose I want to print first component. I have a lot of components and among all the component, I want to show the first component. So how I'll be able to do that? Okay. So to do that, guys, let us create, take a variable, obviously, otherwise I cannot work. Suppose I have a products variable. Colon any already I told you that you can write any to avoid the data type. And then I want to load the first component. So I write here prod1. Prod1 is the first component. So all are, I'm taking just by any. Now what I do, I go to the function now, then I write this instance variable. So this dot products. Okay, we have created that products. Let's create an array quickly. Suppose I have a product like television. I have a product like, what I can say, headphone. And I have 3 products. And then the third one, I'm having a, what I can say, that is mobile. Guys, I'm having 3 products. So it's an array. The first one is TV, you can see. Suppose I want to pick up and store the first product in prod 1. So prod 1 should contain this dot products, then 0th. So TV is going to store here. So this is what I've stored here, as simple as that. And then what I'll do, I am having this ng on in it. Now I'll also show you how these functions run. So I told you that constructor runs very fast. So how do you prove that really it runs? You can go there and you can write here console.log. Console.log. Here you can write some message. Suppose I write here, I am constructor. And suppose you want to see this running, then after that init method will run. How do I run the init method? I'll write I am init. So this will give you the idea that which one runs first and which one runs second. Then what I want, after running this init method, I want to now actually take that, my first component I want to fetch. So how I'll be calling that function, get first one. So I'll write here this dot. This. So I'm calling this function. If I call that function, what will happen? It will initialize the array and it will initialize the variable prod1 with the TV value. That is the value of TV has been given. Then close the brackets and there's no error. So I've done this. Now the question is, if there is no service, so if I want the same TV to be displayed in the second component, the problem is in the second component also, guys, we have to write the same thing again. This is where duplication or redundancy takes place. So first what I will do, I'll show you the same in case of the second one as well. See. So here also, so what I write here, I am constructor in page 1. I am init in page 1. Okay, so I'm writing here the page 1 and here I'm writing I am constructor in page 2. So that you can be clear that which one is there in page 2. Otherwise confused ho jaoge. Which one is running, I'm not sure, like this. But what I've done a bad job because I have repeated the code same here to here, same code copy because I want the same component. So now if I display them, then if I actually try to print them, then it will be coming. How I'll be making them displayed? You already know, go to the HTML. Okay, I can remove this. How I'll be able to display that HTML, the component? This you can use the interpolation already, you know. What's the variable you have taken? prod1. So simple. Again, if I want to display the same thing for page 2 HTML, go there. Isko bhagao, prod2. Prod1 again, because यहाँ पे भी prod1 है, here also we are having prod1. So all the things are going to, prod1 is going to have that variable and I am going to display this guy and this guy. Then I go to the main, that is your app, where the main app file HTML is there, it's blank, you can see now. Now here I want to display both the components, isn't it? How to know the name of both the components? You can go to the spec and you can be able to see the component name. What is your, go to the component.ts and you'll be able to see the component name. The first component name is app page 1. So if I want to display the first component here, you need to put it here, Control V, this and this. Then if I also want to see, suppose put some line gap and put some HR, put some BR again, then you write that one, make this guy as only 2 because it's a second component. So again, push it inside the tags. Like this. So guys, this is the way I'm going to display them. Now let us now compile and run the project. How I'll be doing that? In G serve -. This is without service. Now I'll show the benefit of service, because unless and until you know why I should write service, you won't be able to understand and grab that one. So you must know that without service, what is the problem? Then how service makes it better. So now we can see the problem that we are having the same code repeated. If there are 5 components, then you have to write the 5 times the same thing. So this is where the benefit of service is now going to come and going to benefit us. क्या हो गया भाई, इंडिया भी हार गया, सब रुक गया क्या दुनिया? क्या हो गया देखते, चलो फिर से एक बार. Yes.
मैच ओवर सर.
क्या यार देखो, they have not lost a single wicket. Shit, what a loss. थप्पड़ मारा, देखा कैसे, किसको कहते हैं थप्पड़ मार के जीतना. Shit. I never thought that this type of defeat will be there. एक विकेट नहीं गिरा उनका. क्या होता है. चलो हमारा टीवी आ गया दोनों में. So this is the output we are actually getting, but again I need to bring the same output but using service. So कैसे करें? Fine. So let me close it. Now guys, we are ready for service. To create a service, the command will be ng generate, means G will be same as it is. Then write here service. Then you have to write the service name. So what service name I can write? I can write any service name, but here I will write the same service name, get products name, because that was actually function name was there. So I'm converting that one to get products name as my service. So ng generate service gap. Then you have to write the corresponding service name. It will remember, it will create only 2 files. You can see now it will create a TS file and it will create a spec file. Spec file means basically the testing purpose spec that you can actually switch off. We have seen yesterday. Now we are allowing it. So the moment you have created, you can close all now. Again, have a look clearly in the application. Can you see there are new 2 green? These are the 2 guys which have been created now. ये आ गया आपका service. So untracked means you have not used them. You can see this is the original service file and this is the spec file. Spec money, the testing. So we'll not use that. Even you can delete that. This one is enough. One is enough. So this is basically the tag. Now guys, go back to the days of dependency injection in Spring Boot, in Spring Framework. We used to write the concept of constructor injection, setter injection, how the object values are injected. Here also, service is going to be injected into component. And the process of injection is done by @injectable. You can see the annotation here, line number 3. So it is now injecting where? It is injecting in the root. You can see line number 4 there, that has been written. So guys, in the service class only in Angular. So what is the Angular service class? The class in Angular which is having the annotation @injectable. And how it works? It uses the same dependency injection concept of Spring Framework. So that is why you can see dependency injection concept is so powerful. Whatever objects will be required, I can create it here as a service. Then I will inject the service in any other component. So component do not need to carry the logic. When I will run them in a lazy manner, lazy manner, when I will run them, then only it will inject the required object in the corresponding component. So I'll write the service only once, but I can use it in any number of components. So writing once, using multiple time. So this is the power of service. So Angular core gives us the feature at the rate injectable, which is nothing but a class. Am I clear, guys, till now?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
Now the question is, I should write the code here. Now, this is the constructor of the class and all have been written. Then what is the code I need to write? Simply pick the code where we have written there. We used to write this one. Now. So what we used to write, we have written the Acha. I'll show you this one later. So let me come here. This was the thing which we have written there, isn't it? So what I will do, I'll simply cut and let us pick all the things in some notepad so that I can straight away copy and paste. So this is a section I require. I also do not require this call because I am now not going to use it. So you can see now I am taking rollbacking the thing back to the normal. Only the console.log highly can be there. First change, page number 2. In page number 2 also we did the same thing in the TS file. We have written that unnecessary variables I created, so I need to remove the variables also. Have I taken them on there? Yes, I've taken them. So let's come back to our page 2. Now here already I've copied them, so there is no need of these, there is no need of these, so simply hata do. And also remove this. I don't require this because I'll all write in service. So now you see, guys, there are two components which doesn't know anything about that product. So you can see now how I'm making the thing, loosely coupled. Okay, now go back there. This is the thing you require now actually. The main function and the variable. So copy karo. Then go to your service class, which is this guy. Now push it here. What I've done, I've simply taken the variable in the service, declared them. Then I have declared that array, products array. Then I've initialized that one. Now what I'll do, this guy should return now because I should return that first television. So how do I return this dot prod 1? Because the function now will return the value. This is the constructor you can see now. So this is the constructor. I should write the constructor immediately after the class. That is okay. So what you can do, you can also put some logic here so that you can cross check when what is working. So console.log, you can write some message. I am service class constructor. उससे क्या होगा ना, you can actually cross check that which constructor is running, which one is working, or which one is running fast, which one is running second. They can ask you the life cycle, that which one runs fast, which one runs second, something like that. So you can now return all the things there. Now your service class is ready, but your component do not know it. The component do not know it. Even you don't need this spec class, so you can delete it. Not a problem. I'm not doing testing, so why should I carry this? All the spec you can delete, okay? Because this will actually reduce the disk size. ऐसे ही तो हम लोगों को जिंदगी खराब हो जाता है spec maintain करते हुए, है ना? So better you can, delete all the spec. So now we have deleted page 2 spec, we have deleted page 1 spec. We have also having Angular component spec, that one also you can delete, but I think this one you can retain because the main root component is this guy. So service and all I have written. Only one file. Now I need to inject this to every individual component. So now next step is what? You need to now import the service to the individual component. Let's start with first component. This is the first component. So now how I'll be going to inject it. The first concept of injection would be done in constructor. How do you inject in constructor? You create a variable. The data type of the variable is private. Suppose the service, so make a shortcut. SVC, suppose SRVC, better. What is the data type? Colon, and then you write the name of the service class. What's your name of the service class? Your name of the service class is get products name service. The moment you write, you can see in the line number 2, importing happened. So what I've done here, guys, I've done constructor injection. Then what I'll do, I'll again come here, and in this line, you need to now initialize that service is now available. So now, guys, see this dot. You should get now this dot prod 1. You should get now. But why I'm not getting this? This dot. Okay. So what I'll do, this dot prod 1, let us write first. Equal to, then this dot. The variable name is SVRC, then dot. Now you get this function from the service layer, and you are returning it back to here. But how you will be using this dot product? That means you have to clear a variable, because otherwise you cannot store the data there. So you need to write prod 1 colon any. Only the variable, you don't need anything else. So it will take the value from television, will be taken the 0th element and will be pushed into your prod 1. Even you can concatenate and print it here. अगर आप चाहो तो देखोगे prod 1 dot value. You can write like this. So this is what I've done in case of the first component. So I need to do the same funda in case of the second one. So let us go to the second one. Second one is this guy. Here also you must have a variable. Here also you must have that the constructor injection should be there. So let us copy this, and so the business logic is completely going away from here. So you are pushing this here also. Okay, so guys, we need to import it. Go to quick fix, add import. Yes. Then what I want to go there, and then it's already printed. Then I need to apply this in the ng init. Where I need to do that? In this. Okay, so what I can do also, you can cut this line and push it in the later part, so that you can also ng init. In this case also you can print the value, this dot prod 1 dot value. So guys, we have created the things like this way. Save kar lo. So console.log is there, and also the object is pushed here in this one. This is 2, and there is no error, you can see. Now the final thing, that without doing that nothing will work. Whenever you have created the service, it is also a module. So you need to register it in app module.ts file. And in the app module.ts file, guys, we need to add up the service. How you will be going to add up the service? You need to update this service here. So service name, you need to add the provider array. Where is the provider array? You can see this is the provider array. So here you need to add up the service name. What is my service name? My service is get products name this service. So we are getting 2 service. One is bootstrapping service and another is your own service that you have written here. Without this, the component won't work. Now guys, let us again run it. So ng run करते थे serve -o. चलो देखते क्या होता है. To get the same result, but using service. Last time we are not using service. Last time we are using individual. Yeah. How do you know it is actually working? Go to the inspect. Now here you can see console. See guys, I am service class constructor created. I am constructing page 1, page 2. So both the component constructor is called. Then you can see I am page 1 undefined. I am init in page 2 undefined. Actually the value is not initialized at that moment. That is why it is coming undefined. So you have called it later, it will come. But yes, we can see now that the levels of working, how it is coming from here, and you can see the same television you are coming. Now if you want to change it, suppose now I want to change. I do not want to see the TV. I want to change see the mobile. What I'll go guys, I'll simply here put 2. Only one place. I'm not going to change in every component. See the beauty in the output, you will be able to see all are mobile. So I'm changing in one place and the effect is coming in both component. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
concept of service is clear to all of you, I think. That what is the purpose of doing that? Now, this is a very simple way of using a list in a way. So we can use a huge area of development using that. Now, let us try to use some service layer example from some internet and let us try to use it in a better manner. So what I'll do, let me Control C and stop it. So let's write Angular service example. There is another very beautiful site, IT solution stuff. तो मेरे पास काफी मतलब beautiful examples will get always online tutorials. Okay, I actually search very much internet proper way. This is a very beautiful again website. So you can see some simple application how you can create. Now here I am going to show you one service that is known as very important HTTP client module. So I think my advertisement support is not working. So let me add up. अरे ऐड हटाने वाला बताओ ना क्या एक था ना
Sir, ad blocker.
कौन सा बताओ
Ad block.
Yes, sir.
एड ब्लॉकर ना
Yes, sir, ad blocker.
एड ब्लॉक एक्सटेंशन अल्टीमेट एड ब्लॉकर बर्बाद लगता है यार ले मेरे ये तो एडेंट था पता नहीं अच्छा नहीं है खत्म हो गया वो सपोज तो अल्टीमेट एड ब्लॉकर को डाल देते हैं ऐड हटाते हैं या वी आर रिसीविंग लॉट ऑफ फेक पता नहीं क्या क्या बोल रहा है एनीवे so do not click on these things. So let's come and refresh that our tutorial. Where is that tutorial? Angular. Let us refresh it, see the effect. Yeah, now all the faltu cheese have gone. Yeah, so this is the HTTP client example. Now this is actually written in case of our Spring Boot. Because we are going to generate a HTTP call, na? So we need to include in our code the service of Angular, okay, using HTTP mechanism. So that is why we are going to use a JSON placeholder API. So this is a very interesting JSON placeholder API is a API which is running free. So आपको बनाने की जरूरत नहीं, ये अपने आप चलता है. ये देखो free fake API. See, it's constantly running in the internet. Okay. So what we are now going to do, we are now going to generate a service which will actually fetch the data from there. तो क्या करना क्या चाहिए हम लोगों को? So you can see now what we have done. Again, you can see that we have loaded that import HTTP. This is a new module I'm going to use. Then what I'm going to do, I'm creating a service. So then what I'm going to create service for HTTP client request. So you can see the URL. They are using some URL post so that you can post some data and convert it to JSON format. Then what you can do, you can inject it on subscribe method. Using the subscribe method, you can inject it in the ng on init. We have immediately used ng on init, and you can see in the service layer, I'm injecting that post service. So create post, then update is, this is the view page, then you are running, then you can see this is the output you are going to get. So IT solution stuffs is going to get this complete service is coming from internet. Okay. So how we are going to get? So to get this one, guys, let us first see or cross check whether this URL is actually working or not. Without this, we cannot work. Yes, so you can see now these are all dummy data. You can see user ID 1, title, कुछ भी है, मतलब never ending kind of a JSON API. So it is constantly refresh karoge to again it will give you some another set. Okay, so you can also create your own data. These are all fake API. So you can see na title कुछ भी है, मतलब कोई मतलब नहीं बनता इसका, but it is actually the way you have to work. fake thing means you can practice for your learning purpose. So we are now going to do this application quickly, and we can understand how we can import HTTP client module to create that. So guys, let us do this. Then also with this, you can create a weather API using Angular service. Very interesting one, that one also. We'll do that tomorrow. So guys, let us create an ng application. Simply ng new my new app. So let us change the name to HTTP or rather you tell fake JSON service. Let us make like this. Okay, fake JSON service. बनाओ. So let's create this routing on करके चलते हैं. हर वक्त on ही करके रखना है. Keep it always on. You may not use it, but still make the provision on. So once this is created, then you need to first, you have to go to the app module.ts file and you need to add this new module, HTTP client module. This is basically required for Spring Boot or any other communication that you are going to learn in next class. So that is why I'm doing this, so that you can get the idea. Tomorrow we'll simply straight away jump to Spring Boot, create a Spring Boot application, and also we'll connect it with Angular. So we'll do both the job in the same class tomorrow. Well, obviously we'll not create a huge Spring Boot application. We don't have time on that. We'll create a small one and then we will connect it with Angular front end. We'll also apply some design and simply template feature. Now let us go to fake JSON service and clear the screen, code dot, open it, like anything, simple. Again, that old structure is given to us. Go to the browser. कहाँ गया भाई, इसको हाइड करो, क्लिक करो. अरे यार कहाँ चला जाता है, मिनिमाइज करना पड़ेगा क्या. लो, ओ अच्छा ये विंडो में आता है वो. ओके, so guys, we need to now go to the app module.ts, and in the app module.ts, what we need to do, we need to add this component. I'm not typing, copying, pasting. Okay, we'll try to do that by our own. तभी ना सीखोगे. So go to app module.ts. This is the main file. कहाँ पे है भाई, निकालो उसको. app module.ts ये बंदा है. So now in this file, what I am going to do, I'm now going to do here, we are going to add up in the import section. So give a comma, then this is your HTTP client module. The moment you do that, save that one, there is error, take your mouse, do not worry, no quick fix available. So it is not able to give us. Then there is a problem. तो अब क्या करोगे? अब देखो क्या करोगे. Now you start typing here, import this, then from, then guys, यहाँ तक तो आपका same आएगा. मतलब this will be same. Then inside that you will find, or let me check the library. It is coming from Angular common HTTP, correct? That is why it is not coming by default common. So you'll get here common, then no suggestion, then common, it is coming what? HTTP, Angular common HTTP. So Angular common HTTP. Yeah. Now see, the error is gone. Guys, this is one of the area that it doesn't give you as a suggestion. This HTTP client module. This is the component in the module you must have if you want to connect with HTTP based requests like get, post, update, delete. If you want to do that, so this is the module you must be having in your project. Step number 1. Now, guys, I'm going to create a service. So what's the service name? So what is the meaning of this line? You can see nggs money generate. S money service. It is creating a folder services, and inside that folder it is creating the service name as post. So the meaning of this is not full service. The first one is the name of the folder services. So this will create a folder in your application, and inside that this will create. So please remember the mechanism. So I write this. So it will create a folder by this name, and inside that it will create this. So why I'm doing this? Because I am to maintain a layered architecture. Like in Spring, we maintain exception package separate, controller separate, service separate. Here also, so all the service should be present in a separate folder. So if I do that, it will create a services folder, and inside that the service will be present. Let us confirm and verify. बाप रे क्या हो गया, फोल्डर बना रहा है, क्या कर रहा है, एन कर दो. Hello, let us see it is starting. Yes, you can see now guys, in app folder we have a new folder services. उसके अंदर देखो आपका ये फाइल बना है. So guys, let's cross check now. If I go there, here in app you see services folder is created. Please बंद कर दो, close everyone, and inside the folder you see the spec and the TS. So this is a layered architecture of Angular also. So we have created that. We need to understand the thing before you are going to do anything. Now what I am going to do now, everything is already written, nothing to be done. So this is the URL that we are going to talk, isn't it? So guys, first of all, after the constructor, push it. So I have written a variable by the name URL only. Then I'm going to add up a module, HTTP client, because this is the injection I'm going to add. So this is going to be pushed inside, because in the service class already you have seen the dependency injection. So HTTP client quick fix import. Because without HTTP client, you are not going to call the get post etc. method. So I'm now going to have the get post method. So now it will be get and create. So they are having two methods, get post and create post. No problem. So let us now push both. Now I'll show you how this HTTP client, then you please enter a dot here. Now you see guys, all the HTTP method, get, delete, head, post, put, request. So all the HTTP methods are coming down here. So now I'm going to use the get method, and inside the get method, I'm going to supply the value of the URL, which is coming from this dot URL. You can use semicolon or not. And what is this create post? So it is now going to use a post here, and in that post it has taken a parameter post, and it is now using the post. That means you can push a new JSON variable there if you require. So this is again an error. So take a mouse, quick fix, and infer parameter any. Fine. No data type is required. So JSON.string5 means it will convert it to a JSON. Whatever value will give, post it. So I'm going to use a post method. I'm going to use a create method. So in case of the create, I'm going to use a post, and inside of the get post, I'm going to use a get method. And here I'm going to pass a new value as a JSON. That you do in Spring Boot also. We are going to do exactly, but here no Spring Boot is there. In the backend, I'm going to have this JSON placeholder, the fake API. Now, how I'll be, I have created the service. I have to inject the service now. So what they have done, they have injected in the main component. Chalo, usi mein kar dete hai, jaldi ho jayega. So let us go to the app component.ts. So HTML, you can forget the entire thing. Delete kar do yaar. Then go to your TS. So it is an app component.ts. So first of all, what you need to do, you need to declare a variable posts. So the way it is given, an old way of their working. So what I'll do, I'll declare, if I want to declare like this, so I'll write a colon any. Okay, so there will be no error. So please change the things like that. Then here guys, I am now going to push my service in the constructor. So what is the constructor? I am not able to see any constructor of this code. So guys, we need to write a constructor. So how do you write a constructor? To write a constructor, the keyword is constructor. And here, sorry, this should go not here, but here in the argument. Again, post service quick fix import. So guys, we have taken the injection in the service layer. Now we have to supply the ng on init and subscribe it. This is the most important, that which component are going to receive the service. So ng.init this.service.get post. Why this.service? Because this variable name is also service. So if it is x, then it will be this.x. Get post, then .subscribe, and the response should contain the post variable with the value of response. So whatever response I'm going to get, this is going to be injected to this particular post variable. So this has to be done in the HTTP service mechanism. Then what they have created, the body of create post. There is a taken a variable let post input value and some value they have taken, and we need to push this one also. Is right? They have written a separate method create post. Okay, so scroll down, and I think we need to push it. I think this bracket after this I should come. Yeah. Now write it. Save it. Okay, create post. I think there is some. Just wait. Okay, this is for their text field, but I'm not sure that why this line is not working. ng, this service get post, subscribe. This is okay. Create HTML input. Okay, that is okay. This dot service dot create post dot subscribe. Then response ID. Property ID does not exist. Exactly. Property ID does not exist, so they have created a variable post only here. They have not added that variable. So I think they have done something wrong here. Just wait. It has got different version problems also. In one module they written some module. This is the same code actually, but it is a JSON.string file. Let us cross check here. Okay, so let us try to use, is it the same? Angular 9.8. This is for Angular 8. Okay, so let me push this. Okay. Sometimes what happens, if you write this code by hand, it works. So what I'll do, because we are using the latest version of Angular, highly we should actually use this code only. We should not use the old code. So what I'll do, guys, I'll try to type them. In some area, this subscribe method, when you are copy and paste, this doesn't work properly. I've seen it earlier also. So that is why what I will do, I'll copy the code in this notepad, and from here I'll write it here. So create post input. Then what they have done, they have created a variable let post equal to this. Fine. So fine, no error. Post table. This is the variable created post. Fine. Then it has created input dot variable. Then this save. No error yet. Okay. Then you need to write create post dot subscribe. Then dot subscribe. Then in the bracket we need to supply this. the bracket need to supply this. Then we are going to write the remaining part. Bracket with, we need to write the remaining part means I need to write this one, then this. And inside this I will, then the bracket will open, semicolon. Yeah, now what I will do, here I will write post ID and this. Yeah. So this response is not going to give some error. Response, then response colon ID, colon ID, response colon ID bracket. Yes. Response dot ID. So there is still error, post ID equal to this. I think there is a bracket problem is also there. First bracket is closed, then another bracket. This is not required. Yeah, then unexpected token, or I think, no, there are, how many brackets will be ended? In the last, this is the section I need. This is the section I need. Yeah. Post. Then where this variable posts used? No, this is used here. Yes. Fine. Then post ID. Yes. So it is element implicitly as an any type, because expression of type ID cannot be used to index type. Title colon string, title colon string. Property ID does not exist. So are we missing something? Property updated view file. Okay, so let us now add up the view file first. Post may be coming from there. App component.html. So let us apply the view. So here you can see the same post I'm going to use, which is present here. But here we are having the error. But here we are not having the error. So what will happen if I, this is what is the old one. Okay, no, this is the correct one. Or this is Angular, what version? Let me check. Okay, create survey. This is the old one, I think. Splice, same code. In the view file is the same code. Okay. Okay, chalo, let's run the code. We'll be able to cross check now. ng now service minus minus o. Let's see what it tells. I think here this variable initialization is not matching with this. That is the problem it is telling me. Let me cross check. It will show me the error in the screen if there is any. अब ये build कर रहा है. Yes, we are getting the error. Property ID does not exist on title string. Yes, because we have declared here title string. So what I should do here? Title colon input string. Create post. I have written it inside this. This post is not matching with this. So should I write post any? It will not. Oh, here any doesn't work. So if I write here post, should an array na? Title colon input dot value. Input dot value is coming from here. So this is a blank string. Okay, I think this line, if I put it before this. So then post. But okay. Angular service example. So what we can do, suppose let us go to our service file. This service, suppose I'm not going to use now. Okay, so let us come here in your create post is also this is giving some error. So let post equal to create post method. Suppose till now I'm not going to use. Put it like this. Okay, so still in this, yeah, here I'm going to just simply fetch this value and I'm not going to take any value from user. Input tag I'm not using right now. Let me see first whether we are able to connect to the service or not. Then I think there is a post is some problem. Let us try to do this till now this. Let me now try to see the application. Save it. Yeah, compiled successfully. where is your, it is not showing me list group ul ng4 class post dot title in the HTML I have written, but where it is, why it is not coming? Is cross. I'm not going to use that, the last one. Input tag, I'm not going to use. Okay, UL was missing. Fine. Okay, so I think, is it missing really? No, I've written list group. So if I run this text field should not come, but it should give you that, all the list. Post dot title. I'm not using create post, I'm using only subscribe response post bus. I'm not using create post. Get post, create post, return, this is okay. This link is also working, I think. Yeah. Then let me cross check again. Li tag class this ng4, I'm going to use ng4 within li. So where is the CSS? Class equal to something they have written, but this class is not present in my style. Example is actually they have gone some missing, some things are there. Okay, so let us pick it from some other application. Angular JSON fake service tutorial. Okay. लो एक नहीं तो दूसरा कहीं मिलेगा. We get a lot of tutorial. Mock API, JSON service. Yeah, this is the JSON service. Okay, they have created, no, not this one. I need what? I need to call this fake. What is that? Yes, JSON placeholder. Let's write like this. How to connect to this using Angular. Yeah, so got a HTTP Angular 10 demo. I've got some example. Let us see. This is the same thing that we are going to use. Okay, so we have done almost all the things are done. This is already done. This is already done. We need to simply cross check. So yes, constructor, yes, this part is also done. Get users, we have done. Update the app component. We have also done this. ng on init, we have also done this. Yeah, so this is a very easy one I am able to get. So what the wrong thing what we have done? So let's change it. Now this is what is the update the root module, that is app module.ts, that we have done. HTTP client module already have added. Fine. Now go to the service. In the service, what this is, what is our service? This is our service, no? So fine. So what I will do here, a constructor, they have injected a variable constructor. So we have also injected a variable. There is no need to change. In the get user, they are writing return user. Yes, that is also is done. So there is no create user method. So simply forget that. This was creating the error. So simply forget this. Okay. Then what they have done? They have created this is your app component. App component.ts. Let me go there. Acha, see. This is the way we have to access. So let us go to your app component.ts. जहाँ पे हम लोग का problem हो रहा था. So what I need to do now in that one, let us forget that title. So let us now, what I'll do, I'll simply delete all the variables written already there. So let us make it clean, okay? Let us clean it because we have faced error. Now, first of all, declare a normal array. This is a normal array using any, this is simple syntax. In the constructor, the service is added, that I have already done. Post service I've added, so no need to change. Fine. Then come to the ng init. So there are two brackets to be closed after this, isn't it? So there are two brackets to be closed. That means like this, and the remaining one is this. Now we need to now change here, because this dot app service is not there. In our case, it should be this dot service dot get users. Then our method is also not get users. Our method name was get posts and dot service. Yes, no error. This dot users is equal to users. So I am initializing this array now. So whatever value I am supplying, it is now. It looks now all errors are gone. Now come back to your HTML. So I think that tutorial they have changed. Initially it was okay when I started seeing that. This one I think better. They have created a simple HTML table. Okay. What I'll do, I'll also push it here. So ID, name, email, website. Okay. So they have created a simple Angular table. Border equal to 1 and all. TH table tag. Table tag they have used. Close it. Let's see now. Save it. So TH and all, there is some warning is coming up because quick fix. I had either an ID or a scope attribute to do this. So still it's a warning. It's not an error. Okay. So there are some better way to write that. They are telling that do not use that HTML table style like of thing there. So what's the suggestion they are telling us? They are telling quick fix. If I go there. Oh, SolarInt. Okay. Quick fix. So control enter to preview. Acha. SolarInt checking is going on. So stop the live server or okay, fine. So let us keep it there right now. Now let me come and it's already running. Fine. So let me go to the browser and cross check. Where is that? I was getting the error. Yeah. But where is the table? Wow. So still I am not able to see the table. Table border heading to agya TR tag is working, but where is the data of the table? So this part is not visible. See, something again is missing. NG4. Let me cross check again. I am missing something. Table heading is okay. Let user of user. That means the variable. Now it will simply push a loop there. But we are not able to see that. So let me again go back to that tutorial. It should come like this. Okay. All the things should be there. चलो क्रॉस चेक करते हैं फिर से. लेट्स स्टार्ट फ्रॉम दैट वन. क्रिएटेड द प्रोजेक्ट, अपडेट द रूट मॉड्यूल, http client module we have added, app module.ts, http client module we have added. आपको लग रहा है कुछ कहीं पे कुछ मिसिंग है? देखो बताओ.
टीसी टैगের মধ্যে হবে না এটা.
I think this one is also different. अरे यार देखो इसका लिंक और उसका लिंक एक नहीं है.
No, sir.
Isn't it?
The data that you've entered, no, sir. We can use it like TD, no, sir. TD.
Yeah.
Table data.
টিডি ট্যাগের মধ্যে হবে স্যার ওই ডেটাগুলো.
দাঁড়া এক সেকেন্ড, আগে এটাকে ঠিক করে. এটা তো অন্য লিঙ্ক. So even the link is different. This is that link. It should work with this. Okay, now what you are telling me that you need to go to HTML. এবার বল. What you are telling me?
TD, sir. TD tag, sir.
টিডি হবে.
হ্যাঁ, টেবিল ডেটা. Yes, TH তো টেবিল হেডার, কারেক্ট. তার মানে ওটা ভুল আছে কোডে বল. এটাও হয়েছে ইন্ডিয়ার মতো. এরার হয়ে বলে আমি ভাবছি নেট থেকে কপি করেছি আর কি আর ভুল হবে. খেয়ালই করিনি যে ইটস অল রিটেন টিডি. নাও ইটস গন, অল এরার গন. সি ঠিক বলেছি, ইউ আর অল কারেক্ট. সো পেছনে তো চলেই যাচ্ছে কিছু. এটা আবার কেউ আছে? এটা তো নয়, এটাও নয়. আমাদের পেজটা কই? এই এসে গেছে. ওহ বাপরে. So if you refresh, no, it will be same only, I think, because this is actually coming from here. Line Graham, দেখতে পাচ্ছিস? So this data is actually coming here, Line Graham. So you are accessing a live API. This is a live project, na? So what you can do, you can actually, if you run this project, then you will be actually you are generating the library from fetching the data from a live URL. So let us try to run it across different browser also. Yes, এখানে তো yes একটু টাইম নিচ্ছে because it is fetching from some other remotes. Okay, so এবারে এখানে যেরকম থাকবে সেরকম চলবে। Yes, so it's constantly working. Okay guys, understood? Tell me how you are injecting a service layer and talking with a live URL with a front end. Everybody clear concept?
Yes, sir.
So use, okay. So ng4 you are using and you are displaying the data in a HTML table, and this is how the service, very simple thing. So this concept is required actually when you go for your Angular with Spring Boot. Okay, so guys, now what you do, you create a screenshot and put it in your group. Okay, so what you do, you can pick a screenshot from here. Okay, and this is one of the screenshot you take up and put in your group. All of you in your individual group send your madams, and also the coding snippet, so you can pick up from here also. So take a picture here and take a picture, and also the video recording if anybody have done it. So like the last day, you can give it to me, share me to WhatsApp and send in your group also for all the students after uploading. Okay, by then for today, it's nice work we have done. So maybe thoda print screen utha lu. Okay, chalo, bye then guys.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.